Imagine you are the leader of a nation facing international sanctions. What would your next move be? Now, picture this. It's the year 2023. Two world leaders, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and Russian President Vladimir Putin, are making their way to an unanticipated rendezvous at Russia's Vostochny Cosmodrome, a remote space center in the vast expanse of eastern Russia. The suspense surrounding the meeting's location was akin to a thriller novel. The world watched, puzzled and curious, as these leaders traveled to the far reaches of Russia, far away from the bustling arenas of global politics. The rendezvous had an air of mystery, a clandestine aura that kept the world guessing. Just before the unexpected rendezvous, the world woke up to news of a missile launch. North Korea had discharged 2 short-range ballistic missiles, an unusual act considering the absence of their leader from the country. This event added an extra layer of intrigue to the already puzzling situation. The world watched as the North Korean leader, known for his sharp suits, and the Russian president, known for his calm demeanor, met in an atmosphere that seemed cordial yet charged. Despite the friendly exchanges and handshakes, the underlying tension was palpable. The question on everyone's mind was, why? Why would these two leaders, both facing significant international scrutiny, decide to meet in such a remote location? Was it a simple exchange of pleasantries, or was there a more significant geopolitical strategy at play? So, what could have possibly brought these two leaders together at a remote space center in Russia? Let's delve into that. In the game of international politics, every move is a calculated one. This meeting between North Korea's Kim Jong-un and Russia's Vladimir Putin is no different. With the backdrop of a remote Russian space center, the two leaders engaged in discussions that have sent ripples across the globe. Speculations abound regarding the reason behind this meeting, with the potential for an arms deal sitting at the top of the list. The possibility of Russia obtaining weapon supplies from North Korea has been discussed, a move that could significantly shift the balance of power in the ongoing conflicts. But such a deal is not without its potential consequences. The White House, in response to this speculated arms deal, has issued a stern warning to North Korea. Providing weaponry to Russia, especially in the context of the conflict in Ukraine, would not be taken lightly. Consequences would be inevitable and potentially severe, threatening to further complicate North Korea's already tense relationship with the West. Yet despite these warnings, both leaders expressed a sense of camaraderie and a shared resistance against what they termed as hegemonic forces. Kim Jong-un in particular expressed his support for Russia's fight, emphasizing the deep-rooted friendship between the two countries. But at the heart of these discussions lies a deeper truth, the reality of power play in global politics. Every move, every handshake, every word spoken carries weight. The implications of this meeting could be far-reaching, affecting not just the involved parties but the entire global landscape. So what happens when global politics meets a potential arms deal? The stakes get higher. In this high-stakes game of chess, the next move could redefine the board. And as we wait to see how this plays out, one thing is certain: the world is watching. In the intricate web of global politics, no country operates in isolation. As we delve deeper into the recent meeting between North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and Russian President Vladimir Putin, we uncover a significant player that plays a crucial role in this geopolitical chess game: China. China is not just a bystander, it is the largest trade partner of both North Korea and Russia, holding significant political power over both countries. Its influence cannot be understated. As the political and economic giant, it could potentially sway the course of any agreement between Russia and North Korea, particularly in matters as critical as an arms deal. Speculation is rife that Russia seeks access to North Korean ammunition for its ongoing conflict in Ukraine. However, the potential deal doesn't solely concern these two countries. It's a matter of global concern that could greatly disrupt the delicate balance of world power. China's role in this is pivotal. The Kremlin generally aligns its actions with China's views. This implies that if an arms deal is indeed struck between Russia and North Korea, it would likely bear the stamp of China's approval. This adds another layer of complexity to the issue and emphasizes China's influence on the global stage. And China's role isn't just about approval or disapproval. It's about the potential to mediate, to direct the flow of events. The United States, for instance, has been vocal about its concerns regarding the possible arms deal. In this scenario, China could potentially act as a deterrent, using its influence to prevent North Korean weapons from being used in Ukraine. With China in the mix, the potential arms deal between Russia and North Korea becomes a matter of global security. The intricate dance of diplomacy continues, and the world watches, holding its breath as the next moves are decided. What happens when two powerful leaders meet under a veil of secrecy? The recent clandestine meeting between North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and Russian President Vladimir Putin has raised eyebrows around the globe. The potential long-term implications of an arms deal between these two nations could be far-reaching and deeply concerning for global security. The world is no stranger to the volatility of international politics. However, when the stakes are as high as they are now, with the ongoing conflict in Ukraine and the unpredictable nature of North Korean politics, the potential for a significant shift in global dynamics is undeniable. The possibility of an arms deal between Russia and North Korea raises serious questions about the future of international security. The prospect of North Korea supplying Russia with weapons and ammunition could escalate the conflict in Ukraine and potentially destabilize the region even further. Moreover, any agreement between Russia and North Korea would be a flagrant violation of United Nations Security Council resolutions. These resolutions were put in place to prevent the proliferation of weapons and maintain peace and security. Violating these resolutions is not just a matter of international law. It threatens the very fabric of global governance and cooperation. The potential consequences of such a violation could be severe. The international community could impose further sanctions on both Russia and North Korea, exacerbating the economic and social hardships already faced by the citizens of these nations. Moreover, it could lead to increased tensions between these countries and the rest of the world, further isolating them from the global community. But it's not just about sanctions or international law. It's about the future of global security and stability. If countries can flout international norms and regulations with impunity, it sets a dangerous precedent. It undermines the collective efforts of nations to maintain peace and security, and it could lead to a more unpredictable and volatile world. The meeting between Putin and Kim might be over, but the ripple effects of their decisions could be felt for a long time. As the dust settles on the meeting between Putin and Kim, the world watches with bated breath. This unexpected rendezvous in an isolated Russian space center has sent ripples across the globe, stirring speculation and unease. The possibility of an arms deal between the two nations, with North Korea potentially supplying Russia with weaponry for the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, is a concern that cannot be overlooked. But beyond this immediate worry, there's a larger narrative at play here. The role of China, as the biggest trade partner of both Russia and North Korea, is significant. The Middle Kingdom's influence on these two nations is profound, and any agreement between them would likely bear the stamp of China's approval. This trilateral dynamic could reshape the politics of the region and beyond. However, the implications of this meeting extend even further. If an arms deal does go through, it would not only escalate the situation in Ukraine, but could also have long-term consequences for global security. Violation of UN Security Council resolutions would invite further sanctions, and the world would need to brace for the ripple effects. Looking ahead, a few things are clear. The relationship between Russia and North Korea, shrouded in deception and rhetoric, is bound to evolve. Their strategic interests might align more closely, especially given the pressures they face at home. Putin's need for ammunition and Kim's desire for commodities, fuel, and advanced military technology could forge a stronger bond between them. While we may not know all the details of what transpired between Putin and Kim, one thing is clear: the landscape of international politics is shifting, and the world must be ready to adapt.